I'll be recording the discussion for the day for reference. So let's start the items. First, I'd like to share first the email I sent yesterday regarding about the error trapping that was requested from the BU's end in relation to the transition from the old version going to the new gloss. So is the screen visible?
Yes,
Kita
sir.
naman.
Okay. So sir team, the first that is being shown right now is the landing page wherein in the new gloss, ito po yung una natin nakikitang page. The user would wish to have a note under here that would signify that they need to use the valid or email or registered email address for the user ID because dun sa old version, the user ID that they are using is the employee number. That's the first thing. And then when they try to click the login, transitioning it from old, we have this option that supposedly the system would search kung yung pre-provide na email address is registered na on the old gloss table. So if in case invalid, right now lumilitaw kasi siya, invalid login. Wherein ang preferred ni BU is that if the email address is associated with a PHR user ID, ang ibibigay niyang remarks is, saan ba yung nilagay ko? Mhm. Teka. Sorry. May dugtong pala 'tong email, sorry. Here is the scenario. I'm telling if the PHR user ID was detected and yung email address na ginamit is not registered, the prompt would be please contact your assigned Coco Life Gloss admin. Kindly submit your updated email address and mobile number respectively. But if in case ang nag-login is member user ID, then hindi na validate or incorrect yung ginamit niyang email address or hindi existing yung email address dun sa old gloss, then the error prompt saying, please contact your HR admin. Kindly submit your updated email address and mobile number respectively. So yun po yung ine-expect na scenario ng team. If that would be the case na hindi pa pre-registered yung email address na ginamit. But if in case pre-registered na, I'll go back with the previous screen earlier, wherein ang susunod na option ni user dahil valid na yung email address is for them to click on the forget password kasi uh, the scenario of the user like for Smart wherein they have a registered email address with no mobile number, they may end up using the registered email address, but the password is coming from the old system wherein it would not fit dun sa requirement for the login on the new Gloss application. And then in effect, it would give us an invalid error trapping screen wherein we would be suggesting that please click forget password. So they can be redirected and then we go with the normal reactivation process. So the idea of eventually building up the tables or inserting the record from old user table to the new user table na pre-provide last time ni Raynel through a script can be build up. So yun lang naman po yung ano, yung binabanggit na error trapping. So ideally yung point lang na PHR would know kung sino yung iko-contact nila kay Coco Life in case they failed to submit the email address and the mobile number. And if in case on the member user side, same concept then. Any clarifications on that first item, terabyte? Sir JR?
Raymel, anong kailangan mo to implement that? Nag-comment na ako about the APIs eh.
Okay. Kasi yung recall ko nung last Friday na discussion, may hinahanap si SDD namin na API na it was commented last time na hindi na used up. And if I get it right, those informations were already in place to support yung data connection between the old moving to new. Anyway,
Pero hindi tayo pwede maglagay kasi ng logic sa front-end. Yung API ang dapat magano eh. Yung API dapat mag-decision kung ano yung kailangan gawin.
okay.
So mapupull namin yung information, pero yung API dapat ang magano eh, ang bigay ng logic. Otherwise mapupunta yung logic sa front-end eh. May expose yung data. We don't want the data exposed.
Okay.
Hindi kami pwede mag-if then sa front-end. Otherwise, I mean, mapupunta yung logic sa front-end. We're exposing the data bago pa siya maka-login.
And that would mean yung error trapping would now be handled within the API. Tama ba yung
Pwede
understanding?
naming i-display yung error, but I mean,
Okay.
the API should decide kung ano yung... Hindi natin dapat palabasin out of the server yung data. I mean, di ba? Unless gusto nyo kami gagawa nun, then kailangan ko ilabas yung data ng PHR, yung role niya, tapos kami mag-i-if statement sa front-end. Hindi ganun yung process natin. Kaya dapat sa API, i-trap yan. Papadala namin yung username, babalikan kami. Return ganito, then di-display namin ganun.
Okay. Sir Jerry, EJ, your comments please.
Ariel?
Yes, sir.
I think I will not be in a position to comment because I have not worked with Terabyte before. So I don't know how the process or what was the agreed process with Terabyte as JR was explaining. Maybe EJ can comment on that. EJ?
Yes, sir. Bali dito kasi sa decision na to, sir, I believe na settle na to last time na nag-agree naman sila business user pati sila PM. Kasi nga, for all I know, hanggang ngayon is ginagamit dapat yung API na binigay namin. Ni-raise na rin ni Sir Gaya tong concern na to previously dahil yun nga, kung i-expose natin yung API, may chance na ano siya, magamit ng, kasi di ba naka-host yung API. So, server, hindi siya nakatago lang sa back-end na ina-access lang nung ano. So, Ayun Sir Ariel, bali kung yun yung dadaanan natin, yung decision na ilabas yung API, hindi kami ang mag-go signal nun. Unless sasabihin sa atin na yun ang gagawin natin, mag-implement lang tayo. I think yun din yung iniiwasan nila Sir JR eh. Since, ayun nga, nasabi niya nga sa atin na yung possible effect kapag inilabas natin yung validation sa
So, ang tanong lang naman ni Biu, paano natin may implement na merong error trapping na ganito? Is it something possible ba o anong
Possible naman siya. Kaya lang, pag best practice kasi yung pag-usapan, tapos security, hindi dapat tayo maglalabas ng data na hindi kailangan. Kasi, okay, think of it this way. May kokopya ng front-end namin, tapos magbo-brute force ng lahat ng username. May extract na nila yan. Diba? So, dapat, si API, magre-return siya, go or no go, or kung ano man yung gagawin natin. Diba? Code 1, tapos PHR registration. Code 2, member registration. Ganun eh. Hindi pwede maglagay, well, in all our codes, wala kaming logic sa front-end. Hindi tayo pwede maglagay ng logic sa front-end. Both for sa lahat ng dinidevelop namin, my policy, gloss, pag front-end, hindi talaga kami nag-aano. So, i-request natin na idagdag nila back-end yon. Then from there, pwede namin i-code yon.
But on the back end, EJ, sa atin manggagaling yung approach na yon, yung API for that part.
Anong approach yung tinutukoy niyo dyan, sir?
To validate kung yung existing na user is meron ng registered email address and yung email address na sinupply niya is correct based on the user ID na fill up niya.
Yung email address, sir, na ginagamit sa login, nakastore yun sa Teravibe na
Di ba sorry EJ, di ba sa umpisa, dahil wala pang laman yung table ni Teravibe, ang validation muna is from old. Email address yung ipapa-build up natin, i-update yung user table natin, having the email address and mobile number.
Pero di ba
Ibang-
sir,
yung
nililipat
first step.
naman natin yun sa Teravibe login. Kaya nga tayo magkakaroon ng data update.
Tama.
Ibig
Pero
sabihin
initially-
nasa kanila na yung data ng email address. Hindi natin naman i-release sa user nang hindi pa natin naililipat yung accounts nila. So, hindi natin kailangan, kaya nga para din maiwasan gamitin yung API na naka-expose sa labas. Yun ang gagawin natin. I-migrate natin yung mga accounts ng existing papunta dun sa Teravibe logins. Tapos, yun yung gagamitin nila to check kung existing or not yung email address. So, walang API po na kailangan sa point of view ko.
So, ang sinasabi natin, mauuna na muna yung activity at the back end before this login validation.
Dalawang activity, sir, kasi.
Oo.
Kung sa login validation, kailangan namin ng API. Kung doon sa migration, we need a separate process. Paano gagawin nyo during the migration?
Kasi kung tama yung intindi ko, EJ and Mr. JR, si Raynel nag-provide na last time ng script as a reference for us to prepare in terms of the migration. Kapag
To populate the database.
To populate the database. Yes, to take it correctly, to populate the database from old moving to the new. So, kasi sabi nga natin, without doing that, hindi naman makaka-login si user. If this was populated already, pag nag-login siya, meaning to say we have informed already the the user na ready na po yung account niyo, pwede na kayong mag-reactivate, we will undergo these steps. Number 1, yung validation ng kailangan pa ba i-validate yung kanyang email address. If it would be done in such a way, then this validation will happen dun sa new table na, hindi na dun sa old table ni Gloss. Is my appreciation correct? EJ?
Yes, sir.
Um,
Since nagkaroon tayo ng activity to transfer the data to the TeraWeb database, hindi na natin kailangan balikan yung previous
Yung
na
old.
data. Tama po.
Okay. Yes, sir,
Ariel,
Yes.
Ariel, ang understanding ko, the steps na gagawin ng end user natin
Mhm.
to re-register sa new Gloss. Sabi natin last time, di ba? Forget password is the only way.
Correct, sir.
Kasi user ID niya was his employee ID before, no? So hindi niya magagamit
Mm.
yun. So the only way to re-register to Gloss 1.0 is to use the forget password. Okay. So ang prerequisite ng forget password is yun nga, may ira-run tayo na script
Mhm.
para i-populate yung email address and hopefully yung mobile number niya.
Mhm.
Okay. So once na provide na yon, then nag-forget password siya, ma-authenticate siya, then makikita na niya yung records niya. So okay na siya. Diba? Now, if that's the case, then why do we need this
Error trap.
error trapping pa? Oo. Why would the existing error message won't be enough?
Sir, yung idea kasi initially on the error trap is that yung mga mag-a-attempt na users to do forget password or reactivate their account must first submit the email address and mobile number to the HR shipping case member, and if it's from HR to be submitted to our Gloss admin, para yung Gloss admin naman can facilitate the service ticket.
So yan ang prerequisite natin, no? I think we're all aligned in that. So kasi what I'm thinking is that dapat hindi mangyari yung mga senaryo kanina. Kasi ang unang pasok niya is forget password. Kasi kung hindi pa niya naibigay yung kanyang email address, hindi siya pwedeng mag-forget password.
Then most
Then
likely
it stops there, di
Oo.
ba? So kailangan lang nilang i-enforce yun. So that's why I was thinking, why do we still require these changes? Correct me if I'm if my understanding is wrong,
Oo.
kasi kung yun ang way lang para makapag-register tayo, and it's a must that you have to have your email address submitted first and mobile number to your account executive, then ma-update yung running the script, then you can do your forget password. If everything works fine, re-registered ka na.
Yes.
Okay. Then kung nakalimutan mo later, nag-login ka, nakalimutan mo yung password mo, then forget password din lang din naman ang solution doon. As long as tama yung email address mo. Now, ang worries lang natin dito, kaya gusto nyong magkaroon ng mga error trapping is, if there are members or PHR who will try to log in without having their email address ready.
Yes.
O dapat
Correct, sir.
ba't pa natin babaguhin ang system para lang sa kanila? We can always tell Okada and Smart na ito yung process. That they have to follow the process.
Tama naman din, sir. Pero sige, i-raise up ko kila Miss Clea kasi ito yung naging instructions and naging agreement between the BU before the implementations of the new version. That merong error trap that would be given to the user if in case may fault or merong kulang dun sa o hindi na fulfill yung requirement for the reactivations of their account.
They have to be clear na yung process kasi is to start dun sa change password. And may prerequisite yon to make it work.
Mhm.
And that is providing your email address.
Then, Sir Jerry, what if the scenarios noted earlier will be put in place after the forget password? Just to fulfill yung requirement ni BU na meron siyang error trapping if in case. Let's say ang provide niyang email address is something na hindi registered. Let's say ang ni-register niya is Ariel_Saldivar at
Yun ang binigay niya.
cocolite.com.
No?
Oo, pero
Let's
ang
not use the word registered kasi hindi pa siya registered using the email address. So nagbigay siya ng email address pero mali yung email address na binigay niya.
yes.
Okay. So hindi
Pagdating
pa rin
kay
naman
Ibrahim,
siya
ginagamit niya.
siya mag-attempt na mag-log in using yung email address kasi ang alam niya ang first step is forget password. That has to be emphasized. Na ang process natin will always start with the forget password, not with the login itself. Na
Tama naman, sir.
kahit may binigay ka na email address, pwede ka nang mag-login kaagad. You have to go through the process of forget password first.
Kaya nga, Sir Jerry, meaning to say, for example, din sa scenario na to, nag-proceed siya sa forget password, pero yung provide niyang email address dito for the sending of OTP is not the email address that he submitted dun sa Gloss admin.
Okay.
So, we would be also needing this error trap if in case we're saying now na hindi applicable yung error trap on the initial login page kung hindi i-move natin dito sa
kasi dito ka napapasok nun Ariel Pag forget password mo kasi actually iba yung user user experience. Pag click mo ng forget password, 'di ba? Ito na. Pa-enter sa yung email address, no? Which is not
yes.
the user ID screen. Pa-enter ngayon yung email address. Now, we can ask Sir JR, ano ba, pag mali ang in-enter ko dito sa JR, anong error ang marireceive ni user?
Error lang, sir. Invalid username or password lang yun.
Yun din ang makikita niya
Yes, sir.
pag maling email.
Yes, sir.
Which
Kasi
is-
hindi natin sasabihin.
Ito yun.
Kasi ayaw nating ano niya.
Oo na, invalid yung email niya or
Yes. Yes.
para tama naman Ariel for security which is yun yung best practice. Para hindi malaman na mali pala yung ina-enter mo na information kung ina-hack mo siya, di ba?
Yep.
Okay. So, in that case, pag nakita niya yung error na yon, kontakin lang naman niya yung siguro magdagdag lang tayo ng another message there, please contact yung kung ano man ang kailangan niya kontakin, either si PHR niya or si account representative ni Coca Life kung PHR siya. Kung member naman siya, i-message lang doon na kontakin niya si Gloss admin niya or PHR niya.
Yun, pwede yun. Madali lang yun.
I think mas simple yun.
If you have registered already, pwede natin sabihin, please contact yun. Pwede yun.
At least message lang ang idadagdag natin. Additional error message lang. Or information in the actual error message. Additional information lang to guide kung anong next step na gagawin niya.
Actually, yun naman yung intent. Not sure lang kung yung
Oo.
pagkakanote ko nung prompt dito is something na
Ay, Sir Ariel, hindi. Sa lahat ng message, pare-pareho na yun. Hindi tayo magkakaroon ng distinction.
Generic lang, Ariel, ang
no
mangyayari.
distinction
Please
between
contact.
PHR or
Generic lang. Please contact your GLOS admin or your PHR, something ganun.
tapos
Kasi,
pwede pang i-advise na kindly submit updated email address and mobile number.
Lahat, yun ang matatanggap.
mag-decide kayo kung ano yung message na gusto niyong idagdag.
Okay. Sige.
I think
we're
it is
fine naman.
simpler kung generic message na lang idadagdag natin dun sa invalid username and password.
Hindi na kailangang i-trap kung yung naglalagin o yung nag-provide na email address is for PHR or member user ID.
Wala kami, from the front end, wala kami nung info na yun. Kaya nga naghahanap kami ng API.
Hindi mo malalaman kasi, Ariel, based on the email address lang. Hindi mo malalaman.
Pero sir, ang
kung
tanda ko
PHR siya o member siya.
Yung tanda ko, Sir Jerry, doon sa script na pinovide ni Raymel, merong user role wherein doon naka-define kung PHR or member yung user ID.
Invalid nga yung invalid nga yung user yung email address eh. So paano mo malalaman kung kanino 'yun?
Okay.
'Di ba? Invalid siya. I mean, for me it doesn't exist. So wala siyang wala siyang naka-connect na role hindi siya nakita. So manghuhula ako ngayon kung PHR ba to o yung nag-enter o member ba yung nag-enter. So a generic message for me should do sabihin mo na lahat doon kung kung para sa PHR or para naman sa sa GLOS admin. So alam ng user kung siya PHR siya, nakita niya yung message, alam niya na hindi naman ako member. So sa GLOS admin ako pupunta. Pag member naman ako, hindi ako pupunta sa GLOS admin, yung PHR, di ba? Kasi nakalagay both yung message dun sa yung information dun sa message.
Okay. Sige. One reward na lang
suggestion lang naman yun, Ariel, you can discuss it with the BUs. For us not to complicate yung yung system as of now, kasi nagwo-work naman siya based on the agreed process na you go via the change dun sa forget password and may prerequisite yun. If we follow this, it should be smooth sailing para dun sa PHR or any member.
Okay. Sige sir, i-communicate ko din, we'll get back for the finality and most likely we're moving dun sa updating of this figure 2 na error trapping screen. So ito na lang i-update natin. Okay. Sige. We'll communicate this with the BU. And then on the side note, item 2, I think it's about the API.
Anong API?
Let me check shortly.
So mawawala na yan, Ariel.
Kasi pag binago mo yun, wala na yung API.
Wala nang API.
Kung text, wala na API.
So we could drop the item 2. API concern about auto migration. This is no longer relevant na for the activity.
Kung message lang. Kung message lang, hindi na kailangan.
Okay. So I think I'm good naman dun sa 2 items. I'll just communicate this with the BU for the confirmation and then we'll get back to you. Sir JR, if in case this would push through this approach, will you be able to give us
Yes sir,
any
mabilis
idea
lang yan. Mabilis lang yan. We just need the exact message and the exact look.
Okay. Deluxe naman wala namang
Pero mas maganda
major
well,
concern.
mas maganda kasi ilagay mo siya
The
sa baba
Oo.
na sasabihin mo in case you are registered already, pwedeng ganun yung messaging eh. Para yung
Mhm.
default message sa taas hindi magbago, invalid login.
Okay. Sige. We'll work out with the generic comments or remarks for the invalid login. Sir JR, Sir Jerry, anything more to add? And EJ?
From my side, I'm good. Ariel.
Sir, maghihintay na lang sa final decision.
Okay.
Sige,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Very much appreciated the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.